Hello, guys. This is Mr. Johnson coming to you guys with another video discussing Chapter 16. Today, we're going to talk about Section 3, juvenile crime. So, defining juvenile crime. So, most states define a juvenile as a person who's under the age of 18. So, anyone that's probably in high school, okay, all the way to about your senior year, first year of college, depending on how old you are. Some states set the age as low as 16. So, you start driving. But no matter where you live, every state does have special laws for how to deal with juveniles who do commit crime. So juveniles become delinquents when they are found guilty of breaking a law. So the highest number of juvenile arrests are normally in theft. Causes of juvenile crime. Why do some young people break the law? Well, as with adult crime, there are no single answers. As we discussed in section 1, experts who have studied the problem do believe that there are a few main causes to juvenile crime. One of those may be poor home condition. Many juvenile offenders come from homes in which their parents do not or cannot take responsibility for their children. Some parents are absent or rarely at home to help care for their children. Sometimes the parents are going through other things. So, without the responsibility of authority figure at home, some children do get into serious trouble. Poor neighborhood condition. Poor areas of cities frequently have higher crime rates than others. These neighborhoods typically do not offer the same educational and job opportunities as other less poor communities. As a result, many young people in these areas feel hopeless and angry about their situations. Some young people see crime as their only way out of poverty that surrounds them. So then there's also gang membership. A lot of young people without stable homes may turn to gangs for support or a sense of belonging. In a sense, the gangs become a substitute family. The problem with these gangs are that they invoke serious crimes such as murder, illegal drugs, as well as a lot of other different things that are not good for our youth to be involved in. So dropping out of school to unemployment, this is one of those things that I think is very important. So it's not surprising when young people have nothing to do, they may get into trouble. So juveniles that do drop out of school often lack the education and skills to get a decent job. Now, this is not a guarantee. There are hundreds of thousands, even millions of stories of people that have dropped out of school and become highly successful. So do not take this slide as a be all end all in terms of school, but these pictures do kind of help you get an idea as to what to expect. Dropouts are often unemployed and are often at a greater risk of becoming involved in criminal activities. So here's a pretty interesting map. This is going to talk about college graduates earn 74.5% more than high school graduates. This study was done between 2013 in 2017. You can pause this video at any point and just kind of go through and look at the numbers. All right. So alcohol and drugs is another reason why our youth may be getting involved with problems as well. Another thing is peer pressure. So some young people are pressured by their friends to commit crimes. Studies suggest that young people who socialize with delinquent peers are more likely to become involved with crime themselves. So juvenile justice system. Imagine that you are 7 years old again, and you just stole a loaf of bread from a local food market. If you caught, had this been in the early 1800s, you would have had a very different court case. You would have tried as an adult. For the late 19th century, juveniles at least 7 years old were held responsible for their crimes. So if you were 7 years old, you were expected to understand the same concept as a 47-year-old. They were tried in adult courts and sentenced to prison. Reform in the 1870s, which is the 1900s. However, reformers began to work to change the way the system treated young offenders. They believed that juveniles needed social understanding rather than punishment, and that their reasoning was that young people are less able to understand their action than adults. As a result, many communities set up juvenile court systems. The purpose of these systems was not to punish children, but rather to help remove them from these harmful environments. So that's all we're going to talk about for this part of the section, and we'll tune in tomorrow for more information. As always, go Tigers.